We finally made it. Spotify artists that aren't real and are getting crazy amounts of listens every single month. So yeah, essentially Spotify is coming out saying that they've been putting money behind not real bands that are all generated by AI. And honestly, they're pretty freaking good. I'll bring some up.
I can see why the CEO would want to do this, right? They pay royalties to artists. They pay almost nothing for a team of AI people to prompt out a band. It's scary because once you control the pipeline, which is music into people's ears, the playlist that is served to them automatically every morning, and it's tough for an artist because you think that the views are a representation of how good you are as an artist. They're not. They're a representation of how much Spotify wants to push you there because, as you can see from the views on the listens, on these artists, hundreds of thousands of listens because they got put into the Discover Weekly at the top. Of course, You're going to get all the listens and then people are going to follow and you can pop up a thing that says, follow this artist. And Spotify will save a lot of money in the long run if they can get probably 20% of the music listened is AI generated by them and they don't have to pay royalties for it. And then they won't have artists pulling their music overnight and stuff because they own the entire thing. And they probably, if Spotify is making this, are also getting royalties if it's on Apple Music. And if it's on YouTube Music. So then they're taking royalties from the other platforms. And what does that mean? It means Apple Music is going to make their own AI bands and YouTube is going to make their own, everyone's going to be doing it.
Yeah.
But the music's pretty good. So I don't, it sucks for artists though.
It does. Yeah. It sucks a little bit for artists. It sucks a lot for artists. But the interesting thing is artists are getting put into the same playlist. So a mate of mine creates instrumental music, has done really well with it. But now his biggest struggle is he's being put into these AI playlists and people are assuming his brand is now AI. And so he's kind of losing a little bit of credibility there because it's oh, you just do all this. But he plays everything on piano. So there's this kind of association of artistry. He's been playing keys forever. Where it's oh, now I'm just an AI person. And so he has asked the question, do I just make AI? Is that just where I have to go with my product? So it's very, very interesting on that front.
Though? It's so simple, Just put a label on it.
Yeah.
I understand you're trying to they're probably testing the waters, but this is if we just label everything in the world, AI, not real, is real, you can choose, this is great. I like it. I'm going to listen to it. This is fine. But you know what this is a byproduct of? Everyone's always it's bad for artists, but guess who's caused this? It's all their labels.
Yeah.
They take all the money, they do all this stuff, and then the artist gets paid nothing anyway. Yeah. And then you go I'm sick of dealing with labels. I don't want to deal with them anymore. I'm just going to make my own stuff. I'm going to be the label. I'm going to make the money. Happy days. They're we're all winning. It's just if you can just cut out the middleman, and I think we're going to get there soon. Where it's you don't need a label. Just upload direct. Let's just go.
Yeah, but the new middleman is the music streaming platform now.
Correct.
They're the ones in control.
It's just the next, the next version.
But also, in the end of the day, they just want people who listen to the song. So they don't care where it comes from.
Yeah, I wouldn't have a problem. I would never, if there was filters for AI or non-AI, I wouldn't ever be I'm not going to listen to AI because if the music's in a playlist and it's good, I don't really care, especially if it can match the vibe. Eventually they'll be able to generate this stuff on the fly, I imagine. You listen to these 3 songs in a row, let's just, boom, make a song that's it's a combination of Gesaffelstein and Daft Punk and this all at once and just boom and see what happens. And they'll see the listener satisfaction go up a lot because people are this is the best song ever. And you sort of created it just by your listening habits, which is interesting.
But then you know what? It's the same thing. It's all of this stuff, tech, artists, everyone's getting disrupted by this. But guess what? You still have an unfair advantage. You can go and do the concert. You can go and do the promo. You can do the stuff it's not going to do. I saw that photo of the Instagram. It's us performing live. It's that looks fake. That's not real. You can't, it's hard to get it to do oh, look at me, I'm day in the life. You have to do the rest of the work. Right, that's that looks fake anyway.
Yeah.
So it's
if it wasn't fake, you'd have video of him, heaps of content of them talking and laughing and doing stuff, and you would know it was real very quickly.
Yeah. So that's the thing. You still, it's just taking away that one piece, but that's not the end. You still most of the music I find, it's because I see something or I hear something elsewhere, then I find about them oh, this is a cool person. Okay, let me hear it. Oh, this music's sick. Oh, Martin Garrix, what a lord. I love how he, during COVID, he did all the sets and James Hype. They put in the effort to market themselves, and that's why I listen to them. Not just because their music was the best, because there's a lot of good music, right? There's too much. So how do you, you're now playing for focus and that's it. Like your marketing. It's the same as all of us. We're all in the same boat. No one's got an unfair advantage here. We're all battling the AI. So
yeah. I mean, you're always competing with every artist on the planet. I would say the only thing that you should probably learn from this and what they've done is look at the types of bands they're creating and promoting, because they have the best data on what people want to listen to. And if you're making music and you're not making what people want to listen to, then accept that you're going to have a lower viewership than this AI band at 500,000 monthly listeners, because something about their music is very popular.
Yep. And that comes back to, are you following trends or are you setting trends? Are you doing work and distributing it in a way that's interesting, like you said about Martin Garrix doing the sets? The fact that you remembered that, dude, is crazy. I forgot he did that during COVID. So that shows how much impact he has. He set that trend. So that's why people started doing it, or people followed after it. So exactly what Daryl said. It's like, if you're okay with not following the trend, then you have to put more effort into standing out. And so that's either volume or trying something completely different. And I think that's across the board in all creative stuff.
Yeah, which has never changed, right?
No, it's been like that literally for music industry has been around 150 years, and just making music has never been enough. You had to tour, you had to make merch, you had to be in TV shows.
And that was Garrix, right? Like when in COVID too, he did all his live shows, they've streamed them.
Yeah.
So you were like watching the show, and I remember I was just like, I played that set so many times, and that's, you have to do that. And this is just cool. Like maybe they make an AI thing like Daft Punk, like it's AI boys, and it's been done. Gorillaz did it, Daft Punk's done it. It's like, it's not new.
Yeah.
So, are people going to go and pay to? Probably not.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Elon Musk robots. So if people were viral marketers, they would get what Cluely would do in this situation, basically. If Elon Musk was smart, he would get his robots up there performing this music on a stage, like Velvet Sundown headline set at Coachella, and it's just like the robots, just
that's so true.
Yeah,
you know what? I'd pay to see that.
Yeah, but there's only going to be one of them. There's only going to be one, because you can't do that. Like if every set's like that, you're like, there's no novelty anymore.
Yes.
So,
and that's how this kind of feels already. Like, I know there'll be other stuff out there, but this feels like we're seeing this because it's the one. It's the one that kind of tricked enough people, or it's the one that's good enough.
Well, yeah, I think there's heaps of other examples of it, and they've been doing it for months apparently, and people have known about it. At least artists, because they see it and they listen and they go like, obviously this is AI, but this is the best so far example.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah, but we're gonna see it everywhere.
Love it. No, that's great.
Good on you, Velvet Sundown. Reach out, DM us.
Yeah.